Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN, presented by our official climate finance partner, Aspiration. This is it. The final game of Week 3, one last chance to make a lasting impression. Week 3 began in Greenville, North Carolina. It's going to end right here. Parkway Bank Sports Complex in Rosemont, Illinois. We've got Team Davidson taking on Team Faremo. We can only hope that this game matches the intensity and the excellence that we saw on this field earlier today. In case you missed any of it, Odyssey Alexander, Team Alexander, they were great from soup to nuts all week long. They're perfect. This all run by Bubba Nichols. Danielle Gibson, she was MVP 1, 2 for 3 with a homer, and it ended in the glove of Josie Muffley. How do you do? Defensive play of the week. Perfection for everyone associated with Team Alexander. 3-0 with a bullet. Here is your live leaderboard through the first game earlier today. It is littered with Team Odyssey. Odyssey Alexander is number 1 with a 200-point stiff arm almost over Bubba Nichols. But Alexander, Nichols, and Gibson all played the week together. Right now, they are 1, 2, 3 on that leaderboard. Remember, the top 4, that's where we draw the line. Those will be the captains for next week's games. All right, let's do it. Glad to have you along for the ride. Our final game here of Week 3 with my longtime partner, Danielle Laurie, the former Washington All-American. I am Eric Collins, and we talked about it earlier. We love Sundays here in Athletes Unlimited.
Well, and I think, too, when you look at Team Faremo and Team Davidson coming off of a loss yesterday, going into Sunday and ending on a win, heading into the draft, just helps the confidence a little bit more. So to be able to go into Sunday and just absolutely put the nail in the coffin, I think is super important for both these teams.
Yeah, desperate times right now. You win points, you win innings, and that is how you move up the leaderboard here at Athletes Unlimited. Let's take a look at Mia Davidson, captain for the first time, what her line of cards looks like. She'll be the designated visiting team. Aubrey Leach leads things off, followed by Megan Wiggins. Davidson puts herself in the 3-hole, followed by Nadia Taylor, who has really had a great week. Anissa Urtez is the shortstop. Sam Fisher's at the hot corner. Erica Piancastelli, Andrea Filler, and Jasmine Jackson rounding out the 9. And that batting order will face one of the most intimidating right-handers in the game today, the captain of Team Faremo, Megan Faremo.
I love this. Getting the big start, giving it to herself, essentially. When you think about it, she is the captain. 3-0 on the season, one of those wins being a no-hitter last weekend. 29 innings pitched so far. One of my favorite rookies. She is electric. Loved watching her at UCLA. I love watching her even more here, wearing the gold jersey and Athletes Unlimited.
This is it. Game number 108 in the history of Athletes Unlimited Softball. Final game of Week 3. One last chance to make a lasting impression before the draft. Aubrey Leach, 1 for 6 so far this weekend. She leads it off by taking called ball 1. Leach began the day 32nd on the leaderboard, 32nd out of 60 players. Megan Faremo began the day 5th on the leaderboard, 5th out of 60 players. And it was 1 week ago today that Megan Faremo threw her no-hitter. She's got some deja vu as she throws to her catcher, Deja Mulipola.
You're a pretty funny guy, Eric.
1 ball, 1 strike. Team Davidson, they won against Team Romero. 1-run game on Wednesday in Greenville, North Carolina, 4-3. They lost against Team Alexander. No shame in that, everyone else did. 4-0 yesterday. 4's been the magic number, folks. You've been following along this season. The team that has scored 4 runs through the first 3 weeks has won almost exclusively. We've played 17 games, and 4 runs has been enough to win a game in 16 of the 17 games. Just incredible. Sis Bates double clutched, still with enough arm to make the play. 1 down. And Aubrey Leach is looking into that dugout and asking if they want to challenge it. It's not Aubrey Leach's decision, it's the captain, Mia Davidson.
And that double clutch, she does do it. Oh, that was close. I think she's out. I think you made the right call.
Well, it is an official captain's challenge by Mia Davidson. This is almost like Mia Davidson doing a favor for Aubrey Leach, too, because Leach wants those 10 points, which is what she'd get for an infield single.
Well, listen, let's be real. Charles Blackwell at first base, to the naked eye, yeah, we have the slow-mo. It's as slow as can be. But to the naked eye at first, this is such a bang-bang call. I love that you have the video replay review to be able to get the call right. But at times when they're so close like that, you can't get frustrated at the umpire trying to make a call when it's so bang-bang. Hard to do. You're humans too.
I've never been an umpire, but you call that by listening as much as you do by seeing.
I think she's out. I think that's the angle right there.
Yeah, I don't think there's indisputable video evidence to overturn the call on the field, which was out.
These captains get 2 challenges per game, and Team Davidson using it.
Okay, just heard a thank you, so I think we're going to get the verdict. So the call on the field is upheld, out at first base. And the no-hitter is still intact for Megan Faraimo. Faraimo went 7 innings of no-hit ball on this field a week ago today. Now she's gone 7 1/3 of no-hit ball on a Sunday here on this field. Megan Wiggins, 12th year pro from Georgia. Takes a steamer, 68 miles per hour, called strike 1. Wiggins began the day 28th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Wiggins comfortable on this field wearing those colors. Orange and black, the colors of the Chicago Bandits, team that she played for, Megan did, in the National Pro Fast Pitch for a decade. One of the teams she played for, but made her home here in Chicago for a couple of summers. Won a home run title in the NPF, was Player of the Year in the NPF. 2013, wow, that was 10 years ago. Still going strong. Three balls and 2 strikes to Wiggins.
Pretty good mix of speeds by Megan Faraimo. Last pitch coming in at 54 miles an hour, and she cruises upper 60s, 68, 70.
Hammered high down the right field line. Gone! 2013 all over again for Megan Wiggins. It's a 1-0 lead for Team Davidson. Second homer of the season for Wiggins.
No doubt about it. 3-2, curveball in on the hands. She just opens up her hips on this. It's so easy. Looks so easy to her. Exit velo coming in hot at 74 miles an hour for a 249-foot shot to right field. Wow.
So the no-hitter's over with for Faraimo. Didn't take long. Here's the captain, Mia Davidson, captain against captain. Davidson does not have a hit so far this week. She has been hit. Was hit with a pitch yesterday. 5th time this year. 5th time in 8 games she's been drilled. Faraimo with a little bit of anger there. Pours in another strike. 1-2. Now this is a big game for both Davidson and Faraimo. They're both wearing those C's on their right lapel. That stands for captain. This is the final game of week 3 to determine who will be captains next week.
And I like it. Megan Framo owning the inner half. I think that is so important for pitchers, of not fearing throwing, even when a hitter's on the plate. The pitcher's mentality, that's my plate all day.
Outside, Davidson draws a walk. +8 for Mia Davidson on the walk. And a one-out base runner for Team Davidson.
Hey, you think 'cause I'm here.
Cleanup hitter is Nadia Taylor. Nadia has had 6 at-bats this week, and she's got 4 hits. 2 for 3 on Wednesday in Greenville, 2 for 3 yesterday. With those 4 hits, a double and a homer. She's moved up to 19th on the leaderboard. That was the beginning of the day. 19th out of 60 players, and she's got a good hitters count, 2-0.
I'm hacking. 2-0 with Framo. I know she's either going to go with that curveball or she's going to bring me something on the inner half. I know she wants to get back into it. You don't want to fall 3-0. So not to say my skill set on the hitting is as good as some of these guys, but there were times in my head where I'd almost have to give myself that hit and run mentality in those hitters counts, because when you look at the statistics, batting averages tend to be better in those hitters counts. And sometimes you just got to believe that when you step in the box. I think she would have got jammed up on that one, so it's a good take, but
back-to-back strikes, 2-2.
and it's hefty on the hands. I mean, 69 on the hands is tough and makes a hitter uncomfortable. 2 strikes, Nadia Taylor's got to protect.
That is tipped. She stays alive. Four college athletes in Nadia Taylor's family. Of course, Nadia played 2 sports in Texas, basketball and softball. Her brother Patrick not only played running back at Memphis and now in the NFL with the Green Bay Packers, but both parents. Her dad played college football as an offensive lineman at Nicholls State back in the 80s. And Nadia's mom played college softball back in the 80s. That is a sporting family.
Pretty good gene pool.
Tailor-made. 2-2. Popped up right at home plate. 2 down. Took 8 pitches to finally retire Nadia Taylor.
Number 7, Lisa Urtez.
Here's Anissa Urtez. Urtez has been part of a lot of winning this week. 8th on the leaderboard to begin this game. Begin today. She's actually fallen because of the game played earlier today. She's had a 2 for 6 week with a homer. That came down in Greenville on Wednesday. Oh, and 2 to Urtez.
I was gonna say, when she gonna bring that rise ball into the mix, that is by far the highest chase pitch that Megan Framo throws. She goes upstairs, has that off speed, goes east-west with that screw and with that curve, but 52.5% of the time athletes are chasing that rise ball, and at a 1-2 count, 0-2 count, that's the time to try to just climb that ladder, see if you can get some big swings and misses. But her bread and butter pitches really have been going upstairs and throwing that big curveball.
Called strike 3. It takes 31 pitches, but Faraimo is finally out of this first inning. A run was allowed on the home run by Wiggins.
Well, and this was a no-doubter. This is right in Megan Wiggins' wheelhouse. 249 feet, puts a run up on the board for Team Davidson.
Bottom of the first inning, Team Davidson, they were able to score a run in their half of the first, so they're looking for an inning win right out of the chute. Team Faraimo heading to the bat rack, and they're going to have some strength right out of the chute. Veteran Victoria Hayward will lead things off. Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, followed by Haley McClenny. Deja Mulipola, the champion last year. Tori Vidalis, Delaney Wiz. Abby Ramirez, second straight day. She starts at second. Caroline Jacobson and Sis Bates rounding out the 9. Those batters will hit against Peyton St. George, second-year player from Duke.
Love that Peyton St. George is getting the ball today. On Sunday, she moves the ball around the zone well, has a lot of confidence, solid defense behind her. Awesome opportunity here to really work with the captain, Mia Davidson, behind the dish and get on sync early in this game.
Yeah, Mia Davidson actually grew up just outside of Durham, North Carolina, which is where Duke is located. So one played high school ball close to Durham, one played college ball in Durham. Tobacco Road combination. Here's Victoria Hayward. 2 for 7 so far here in week 3. Batting average of .304.
Really good job, Peyton corners. Back-to-back pitches on the outer half by St. George.
9th play game on the year for Hayward. She's got 7 walks. Now she knows the strike zone. Takes a called strike, 1 and 2. Hayward stays alive. Earlier today, an impressive win on this field for Team Alexander. They were the story. 3-0 in week 3. Odyssey Alexander, Bubba Nichols, Danielle Gibson. Fantastic week for all. Right back to the circle. St. George throws out Hayward. That is 1 down. Well, speaking of Bubba Nichols, she had that home run in our first game. No doubt about it, against her UCLA teammate, Rachel Garcia.
Like I said earlier, elevate and celebrate. She takes this to left field. So good. So much excitement. This is what it's all about.
And Bubba Nichols is our star in the stands. Hey, Bubba, congratulations on the win earlier today. Who are you with right now?
Oh, okay, so I am with Ivy. Say hello, Ivy.
Hello.
I'm with Emma,
Hi.
and this is Rhea.
Hi.
And we have a lot of other friends, but so far these are the 3 ones that we know their names.
Awesome stuff. Hey, congratulations on the win earlier this week. It's so special the way you and everyone on Team Alexander, it was close to perfect the way that you guys played. You won every inning except for 2 in the 3 games that you played.
Yeah, thank you. It was honestly such a cool experience to be with Odyssey again this weekend after last weekend. So being on the purple team, it was definitely a fun weekend.
What's the age group of the girls? Are they U8? Are they U10?
Here, let's ask. Okay, what age are we?
11.
Emma is 11 years old.
I'm 11.
Rhea is also 11.
10.
And Ivy is 10 years old.
All right, you're hanging with kids in and around my daughter's age. All right.
Yay. That's awesome.
What do you think is probably kind of the biggest advice you would give to be good at softball? And I loved your interview with Savannah Collins and just keeping it simple and not letting moments get way too big. But for little kids that are watching that are 8, 9, 10, 11, what are kind of things that helped you be successful and grow into the player person that you are through this game?
Honestly, I would say my biggest piece of advice is just to keep a childlike spirit. I'm in the outfield during the games, and so I love running around and chasing after balls. And even in at-bats, it's so fun just to battle and be up there and have those opportunities. So really just keeping the game fun and playing like a kid, always, no matter what age you are.
And what do you think the biggest transition has been from the UCLA days to then going to play professionally? Because there is a difference at times in the talent piece, but is there anything that you've noticed that's a little bit different?
I definitely notice a lot more individualism in the way that we prepare, not just at UCLA, but at all universities. There's definitely a common way of preparing for the game, and I think that when we get to this level, everyone's so talented and has done this for a number of years, so it's definitely everyone owns their process of how they prepare for every game.
Bubba, I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but right now you're second on the leaderboard, second out of 60 players. That means that if you finish in the top 4, you're going to be a captain. Your thoughts? Obviously, it's a huge compliment to be in the top 4, but are you okay making decisions and being a captain next week?
You know, if that's where I'm at, then that's where I'm at. I will be confident with wherever I'm at on the leaderboard. So I trust the facilitators here. I think that's a blessing that we have them as a resource. But honestly, you can't go wrong with any of these women. I think it's amazing that these are all the options for anyone that's a captain.
Now, you get to make your own decisions, and I've been throwing this out to the universe over the last couple of days. You were an unbelievable pitcher when you were in high school. You pitched a little bit at UCLA. Is there any circumstance in the history of the world that if you were captain, you would let yourself pitch?
You know, that would probably be the very, very last resort. I'd probably go to a handful of other people, probably prior. I appreciate that, Eric, though. That's very nice of you.
I got a long memory.
I appreciate that, but I trust every single person that's out there on the mound. So definitely, I don't think that I'll be putting myself there, but I trust all of these women.
Bubba, thank you so much. Hey, I wanted you to explain to all the people that you're with, all the girls. I bet they don't know why you're called Bubba, so that's going to be your task. You're going to explain that to them and report back to us later in the game, okay?
You got it, Eric.
Hey! Bubba Nichols, our star in the stands. We have 2 outs now. Runner on at first base is Kelsey Stewart-Hunter. She walked. And Megan Faremo as the captain. Asking for a little bit of clarification.
That last pitch, just we were doing the star in the stands, but just going back to the pitch by Peyton St. George to get that backwards K on Haley McClinney. I mean, froze her all day with that off-speed pitch. Couple outs, had that 1 walk to Stewart-Hunter, but settling in.
Here's Deja Mulipola. 2 outs, runner on at first. Remember, this inning is hanging in the balance. Team Davidson scored a run in the top of the first. So unless the runner on first, Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, can score, it's going to be an inning win for Team Davidson. St. George very careful with Mulipola. 3-0.
I think the one thing that I've noticed probably the most, besides how they've chosen to use pitchers as the weeks have gone on, but it's just these pitchers and then pulling the string a lot more than I've ever seen. So using that changeup or using that off speed to their advantage, and it's on command, and they're throwing it in counts that hitters aren't predicting it at, meaning the pitch before, a 2-0 count, Peyton St. George is throwing that off speed. And in order to be successful against top level hitters, you have to be able to have something that can offset the hard.
Hard into left field, right into the glove of Jasmine Jackson. It's been that kind of week for Mulipola. Hit that thing right on the nose, but it's an inning win for Team Davidson. Early 1-0 lead for Team Davidson on the home run by Megan Wiggins. Top of the second inning. Already played one game here on this field today. It was a victory lap for Team Alexander. They take down Team Romero 4-1. The MVPs were decided. MVP 1, an extra 60 points going to Danielle Gibson. Congratulations to her. Bubba Nichols is the reason why she's smiling. Went 1 for 3 with a homer, was hit by a pitch. She was MVP 2 plus 40. And the captain, Odyssey Alexander, only needed to pitch 2 innings through a shutout, and she picked up an extra 20 for being MVP 3. So it was a dominant performance by Team Alexander. With an explanation of what it all meant, here's the third member of our crew, Savannah Collins.
Thanks, Eric. You hit the nail on the head. Let's talk a little bit about what Odyssey Alexander was able to do with this purple squad this week. So we all know that they went 3 for 3 when it comes to their game. So they're going to pick up 150 win points for game wins. But this is where it gets really impressive. So you may go 3 for 3, but does that mean you picked up all the innings? For this team, it means that she did 19 out of 21 innings played. Team Alexander won. That is so hard to do. That comes out to 190 win points for the innings. They killed it this week on the leaderboard. So when we're coming out of this game tonight, we're gonna see purple really dominating top to bottom. That was just how impressive they were. A little bit different story going on right now, though.
Thank you, Savannah. I love when she's on the whiteboard. We've never seen that before. 150 win points, 190 inning points. That's 340 divided by 3 every single game. 115 points almost for everyone on that team without even putting the ball in play or getting a hit or a double or a triple. Complete dominance for them.
Well, and there's 3 ways to earn points in this league to move up the leaderboard, and that's with those win points. So game wins, inning wins, and then you're going to get the MVP points. So if you have a good play, something happens. It doesn't always have to be the winning team, but 60, 40, 20.
Sam Fisher pops it out to Abby Ramirez. That's the first out here in our second inning. Let's check in again with Savannah.
Okay, so if you were with us last game, we talked about how purple and blue were really battling for those win points that purple came out with. This is a bit of a different situation right now. So you have Team Davidson and the orange squad they are 1-1. What they haven't done is what Team Alexander did, which is pick up a lot of the inning wins. Right now, this team only has 90 win points. And then in a little bit of a desperate situation right now is Team Framo and their captain. They're 0-2 in their record so far. They're kind of struggling, and this is where it gets a little dire. They only have 30 inning total win points so far. So I talked to this team a little bit, this gold team going into the final game of the weekend. I said, what was the message? Did you try and reset? Was there anything that you were able to do? And here's what they said. They said, we have nothing to lose. This is our last game day of the weekend. We're coming in hot, and we're going to just go for it. Meanwhile, we have Mia Davidson, who this is who I would call her secret weapon when it comes to winning games. And it's Peyton St. George. And this is why, when I've talked to the pitchers about why Mia Davidson has become so good in this league, it's because of this question mark that she's able to do right here when she's calling games. She keeps the hitters off balance. If you talk to Peyton St. George, she is such a testament about how good Mia Davidson is behind the plate. She said, hey, sometimes she'll call 3 change-ups in a row. And if there's anybody that buys in to this style of Mia Davidson calling games, it's PSG. I'm excited to see this battery together again today. And which of these teams is gonna pick up those much-needed win points?
Excellent stuff, Savannah. I think that gets lost sometimes. Pitchers and catchers, the rapport. Everyone just thinks of the bat of Mia Davidson. 3rd all-time in the history of Division I softball in home runs. But what she does behind the plate, she's been the captain all week. She could have put herself at the DP. She could have played first base in the outfield, but she felt the most important spot for her was behind the plate for every inning. Filler pops it up. That's where pop-ups go to die. Sis Bates makes the play.
Well, and Savannah Collins said it yesterday that Mia Davidson doesn't want to be just known as a hitter. She wants to be known as a catcher and someone that connects with their pitcher and wants all pitchers to be able to throw to her. And I think that that's such a cool piece because, I mean, she has the SEC home run record, 92 home runs in the college game, and led the SEC and still does. And I think that's going to be up there for a really long time. She's always been known for her stick. But coming into this league with a new goal, a new plan, getting to know these pitchers, being on the same page, and for her being as young as she is, because she is pretty young, still fresh out of college, I think that's pretty cool.
Jasmine Jackson is the batter. 2 outs, run out at first base. Danielle, you won a national championship at Washington 2009. Who called the pitches? You, catcher, pitching coach, head coach?
The catcher and I. I can't say that I called the game because then it would sound like it's just me, but ultimately it came down to my head if I wanted to throw it or not. And it should always come down to the pitcher and that gut instinct and in the moment what you're really feeling, because you have to live and die with the outcome of where the ball goes, not that catcher. Even though they feel it, the pitching coach feels it. There's been times, gosh, going back and doing that whole Canada thing where I would throw a pitch and something terrible would happen, and then I couldn't sleep for a couple days because I'm like, dang it, why don't I follow that weird feeling in my gut that's nah, don't throw it. And pitchers, trust your gut always, because if you can live and die on that, then you can tip your cap with whatever happens.
A little bit low. Yeah, I may be in the minority, but I think there should be a rule in college softball that pitchers and catchers have to call their own game. When you go to a classroom, you don't let your professor take the test for you. Why would you have a coach tell you what pitch to throw?
I just think there's so much information out there now that it can be overwhelming. And I will not sit here and look like I'm taking advantage for coaches to call pitches, because I'm not. I think if the battery and the catchers and pitchers are willing to be able to sit in and watch a lot of film and put in that homework, I fully would pass the torch to them. Georgina Korik's a perfect example. Called her own game the whole time at UCF. Never was stuff called from the dugout. I love that.
A good bounce back inning for Megan Framo. She allows the 1-out single to Bianca Stelly, but besides that, no damage done. 1-0. Team Davidson leads Team Framo. Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN is sponsored by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. Final day of week 3 here with Athletes Unlimited Softball. The first 2 games were played on Wednesday in Greenville, North Carolina, and the games yesterday and today here in Rosemont, Illinois. It is a 1-0 Team Davidson lead. Team Davidson won the first inning. Second inning is in doubt. For every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season, Aspiration is committed to planting 10 trees heading into this week. 1,100 trees have been committed this season thanks to Aspiration's support. You saw a shot of the players who played in Game 1, relaxing and watching Game 2. Peyton St. George throwing to TV, Tori Vidalis. First pitch sails high, ball 1. One of the best pure hitters in the game today, Vidalis. Peyton St. George walked a batter and struck out a batter in the first inning. Second year we've seen Peyton St. George. Danielle, your thoughts on her?
I think she's settled in really nicely. I like the way that she throws that off speed, a ton of confidence, and that's what it takes.
Little jam job falls. Urtez can't make the play. The wind very tricky this evening. And look at how deep Urtez had to go. She was out to medium left field.
When this ball carries, you see where Anissa Urtez is. She's way back, so this isn't that far of a run based on where she's playing. Jasmine Jackson back a ton, respecting the power of Tori Vidalis. Wind is howling out there, but the one thing I loved was they automatically connected post-play. Like, what's the communication there? Who needs to take it? I think that's such a pro thing to do, to still communicate and figure out, hey, whose ball is that?
Double play ball to second, on to first, double play! With one pitch to Delaney Wiz, 2 outs. Leach to Urtez to Filler.
And see, sometimes giving up a base hit is not that bad. Aubrey Leach to Anissa Urtez to Andrea Fuller. Pretty smooth.
Base is clear, 2 down. Abby Ramirez, the last hope for Team Ramo here in the second inning. Team Davidson did score in the top of the second inning, so if Team Ramo scores here in the second, it's an inning win for Team Ramo. 10 points for everyone on the roster. Abby got the start yesterday. Impressed with a double late in the ball game, went 1 for 3. On the ground, seeing a single for Ramirez. Placed it perfectly past the shortstop Urtez. 2-out base hit for Ramirez. Everyone loves to rep Athletes Unlimited, and you can too. Be sure to check out all the great gear, including the new AU tote bag, as part of our Athletes Causes Impact Week. Go to shop.auprosports.com to get yours today. A couple of former Duke Blue Devils. Caroline Jacobson batting against her former college teammate, Peyton St. George. It says Clemson there for college for Jacobson. She spent 4 years playing for Marissa Young at Duke. Finished her last year, extra year of eligibility, with another upstart program in the ACC, Clemson.
And this is really the last year that you're going to see that fifth-year transfer. For everyone that's wondering, the COVID year, like everything is now kind of worked its course, where you're not going to see those fifth years getting the opportunity to transfer because their time will have been expired. COVID added that additional year for obviously the universities that were able to make it work and the players that could make it work. And you were seeing a lot of those fifth-year kids transfer out and go and dip their toes into another opportunity, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think they gave their 4 years to their university, and now they're testing the waters somewhere else and seeing how things run elsewhere.
Line drive smoked into the gap. This could score Ramirez. Abby steaming around third. She's being waved. The throw, not in time. Wonderful base running by Abby Ramirez to tie the game.
It's a really good job by Caroline Jacobson. I mean, she just laces this all the way to the wall. But to me, it's the speed of Abby Ramirez, No doubt about it. If she is not going balls to the wall around those base paths, she would have been thrown out at home. The relay was on point. Mia Davidson gets it so close, but not in time. So good, Abby Ramirez.
She cut those bases so tightly, and she needed to. So it's an inning win for Team Paremo. They win the second inning, plus 10 for everyone on the roster. And now how big was that double play turn by Leach and Ortez?
Well, and this to me, too, Eric, is the difference at times between college and pro, right? Like, if Abby Ramirez does not go as hard as she possibly can or anything, there could be a chance that she's thrown out at home. The speed of play at the professional level is like no other. It's closer than I thought it was going to be at home, I'll tell you that.
It's a great slide. Caroline Jacobson now has 3 hits as a professional. All of them have been extra base hits. 2 doubles and a homer. Here's Sis Bates. Sis has had a nice week. 2 for 5 with a homer. Put up points every way imaginable. She laid out a successful sacrifice. She stole a base. And she has played with her usual joy and energy at shortstop. I don't know what's so funny. They're pointing at me?
I think so. You're a funny guy.
Sis Bates draws the walk. So this has actually been a really difficult inning for Peyton St. George. Remember, she gave up the hit to Vidalis. The only out she got was on a hard hit ball by Delaney Wiz, which was turned into a double play. But then the single by Ramirez, the double by Jacobson, and now the walk to Bates. And now the second time through the lineup for Team Paremo. Here's Victoria Hayward.
Good pitch by St. George. 58 miles an hour. A little off speed.
Slapped into left field. Here comes Jacobson. She stopped at third. Great job by Jackson to get the ball into the infield quickly. But that's now 4 hits in the inning for Team Paremo.
A really good job by Victoria Hayward to find a hole and to get it right past Denisa Ortez. This ball is on the line, but more importantly, I like the holdup by the facilitator, Aaron Dixon. I think with where Jasmine Jackson's playing, you cannot go home on this. I think she would have been dead meat if she was sent. Now we have an opportunity here for Stuart Hunter. Bases loaded. I know Sierra Romero's holding her son in the players lounge. Mama's got an opportunity here.
You know, Mia Davidson's the captain. She can make the decision here, and she's decided to go to the pen. So St. George is lifted. Mariah Masson will come in. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we return to Rosemont. There's the line for Peyton St. George. She's responsible for all 3 base runners on right now. Those would be earned runs, so she is definitely pensive right now. New pitcher, Mariah Masson. Masson comes out of the pen and has 2 outs, but 3 base runners on. She's facing the number 2 hitter, Kelsey Stewart-Hunter.
Coming into good pressure situation here. She is 3-0 on the season, 12 innings pitched. She's been nails. I really do. I feel like Masson has been ruthless. She's been in some solid closing opportunities and has come into some games in big moments and executed, and that's why you see the trust in her right now with a big situation. Needs to throw a strike here. Oh my. First 3 pitches coming out of the pen for Masson have all missed. It's 3-0 to Kelsey Stewart-Hunter. Team Faraimo's already won the 2nd inning, but now they've got a chance to not only take the lead, but bust this thing open. Everyone at this level can make their own decision. If you're Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, would you trust yourself to swing at a 3-0 pitch? As long as I don't pop it up in the infield.
Taking all the way.
I think I'm taking. Mind you, even before where I saw where the pitch went at 3-0, I'd be taking. I just think there's a lot on the line here. 3-0, new pitcher, make her throw you a strike.
Into left field, Jackson makes the play. Jasmine Jackson, who has played a ton of left field here at Athletes Unlimited Softball. She saves the day close to the warning track. It's a 1-1 tie. A combined 6 hits through the first 2 innings, but just 1 run for both sides. It's a 1-1 tie, Davidson and Team Faraimo, as we play the 3rd inning. Here's our next WNBA matchup Saturday on ABC. Asia Wilson and the Aces, they've got the league's best record. They're going to take on Nneka Ogwumike and the Sparks. Coverage tips with WNBA Countdown at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific next weekend. It is unseasonably cool. Mid-August day here in the Chicagoland area. Got blankets out there covering legs. See jackets, hoods pulled over heads.
I bet most won't complain, though.
Oh, we could have 98 with a ton of humidity here in Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah, it's right now 70 degrees. I'll take it. I don't mind. You live out in Seattle. This is probably...
No, it's a heater of a week this week. It's 90 degrees, so I'll take this.
Aubrey Leach, called strike 1. Top third of the order for Team Davidson. Leach, Wiggins, and Davidson. If anyone gets on, Nadia Taylor. Popped up. Vidalis. 1 down.
So good, Megan Faraimo. I mean, that changeup coming in at 54 miles an hour. Anywhere from 13 to 15 miles an hour of a difference in Megan Faraimo's off speed. That's a lot to adjust. Hence why I think last weekend, especially with that no-hitter, not only was she getting a solid strike zone, she could throw that pitch on demand, 15 miles an hour difference, and she could just hit corners. And that, as a hitter, almost makes the velo feel significantly hotter when you know someone can command the change. So for someone that cruises 60 to 70 miles an hour, it almost feels like 73, 74.
Megan Wiggins able to jump the yard her last time up. Second homer of the season for Megan Wiggins. In essence, that's what won the inning for Team Davidson in the first.
And this was Megan Wiggins' home run from the first inning off Megan Framo. 74 miles an hour exit velo on this pulled ball on the inner half. I just think with how good Megan Wiggins is, she wants that ball middle in. And if I throw it, it has to be in enough where she can just take me deep foul. She can't keep that ball fair. And I'd be surprised if you see Megan Framo throw that pitch in like that again.
Off the end of the bat, left center field, McClenny runs it down. McClenny got a great jump. It makes a relatively difficult play look easy. Framo has gotten 7 outs in the air. She's only had 1 ground ball out behind her. That was leading up the ball game, Aubrey Leach, when she grounded to short. Is that kind of par for the course? She's a fly ball pitcher.
Majority of the time, everything tends to stay up a little bit. When she throws that off speed, I think she can get at times a little bit more air with it simply because you're ahead and you're just throwing your barrel and it tends to go up. But she can throw it down in the zone, but you don't see it as much. And I think that would be the biggest thing moving forward for Framo, especially wanting to most likely probably have a pretty lengthy career here, seeing that she is thriving. It's like, how can I get that drop ball consistent where I can throw it, doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to have amazing perfect spin, but I can still throw it to offset.
Another shot off the end of the bat, caught by Sis Bates in shallow center field. So a 1-2-3 inning thrown by Framo. She's retired 5 in a row. It is a 1-1 tie. We've got an inning win on the line for Team Framo if they could scratch across a run here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Team Davidson, Team Framo, as we finish off week 3 here at Athletes Unlimited Softball. One of the best for over a decade now is playing center field for Team Davidson. Megan Wiggins, of course, was an all-SEC selection, phenomenal player, putting Georgia softball on the map. She's been a part of all 4 seasons of Athletes Unlimited Softball, and she is wearing a microphone. Megan, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I love a good night game, no sun, no nothing. We get some rest during the day, so it's just my kind of weather.
I've made the point before that no one has played outfield here at Parkway Bank Sports Complex more than you. You probably know every blade of turf out there.
Yeah, I've seen it a time or two, but yeah, I think you're right.
How are you still doing it? We saw that home run that you had back in the first inning.
Yeah.
It just looks like you're still playing with the same energy, the same joy, the same skill. Does it feel the same as it did a decade ago when you first started playing pro ball?
The recovery, no. Or the time you got to warm up, no. But, you know, it does, and I think every year it changes a little bit. You know, and I've been lucky enough to be able to have these opportunities to keep playing. But, you know, it's a hard off season, and, you know, you got to have some tough conversations with yourself in the mirror and, you know, ask yourself, you know, what do I want out of life? What do I want to do on the field? And if I'm going to be out here, I want to be one of the best, and I want to continue to do what I do. You know, so really grinding in the off season, working out, training, changing my diet, just really honing in on stuff like that to be able to be in good shape and, you know, be able to play through AUX and AU. So it's not a grueling season as far as the amount of games, but the consistency in games, the amount of games, it's just a consistent schedule. So I want to be able to come out here and give it my best and be able to compete with these young kids.
Has there been anyone that you have talked to kind of help you, whether it's a strength and conditioning coach or a nutritionist or someone that's kind of helped you throughout these last couple of years?
Yeah, you know, I have a lot of, like, just people I lean on. Actually, I got my workout regimen from my old strength and agility coach from Georgia. He actually went up to Northwestern. He's been there for a long time. He's not there anymore, but I got him to send me some workouts in the off season. And then a couple of my friends that do a lot of the fitness stuff and diets and nutrition, you know, being able to count my macros and being able to have a really strict diet, and just being, you know, protein overload, lean, stuff like that, just to kind of stay in shape, be able to work out and be able to move like I want to move. So
to kind of change subjects a little bit, something that I feel like has been different this fourth season has been the pitching for me. The pitching seems to be a little bit better, and I don't know if it's the way that teams are managing pitchers, but is there something that's standing out to you that you're seeing, whether or not you're seeing, you know, your captain Mia Davidson do something differently? What do you think you've seen on the pitching part?
Yeah, I think just all together, I think, you know, you have a good mix of rookies that just come in. You know, you have Megan Framo, Catherine Sandercott, like high-level, you know, girls that are at these universities that are competing postseason, going to national championships, stuff like that. But they also want to play. They want to compete at a high level. So, you know, day in and day out, like, you know, Meg just had a no-hitter, but then the next game she throws gives up some hits. You know, so it's like, it's all over the place, but I think the common denominator is they want to freaking compete. They want to do well. And I think when you have that mixed with good management, and good communication with strike zone, with, hey, how are we going to go after this girl? How are we going to do this? You're facing really good hitters every at-bat, so it's like you can't really let any at-bats off. So just having that mindset, good management, and then just overall, they're really competitive. And I love our rookie class that just came in. And then you have, you know, somebody like Mariah. Last year was her first year, so, you know, figuring out that off-season after they leave college and like really trying to get in playing shape and what that looks like for them. So it's kind of different, you know, for everybody, but I think we have a good set of pitchers that at least have a year under their belt besides the rookies. So they kind of know what to expect, what they're going to get. And I think they're just all really competitive and they want to freaking be good, you know, and I think that's where you got to start here because everybody's good.
Megan, I know you're big time into antiques. That glove you're wearing looks like an antique.
It is.
How old is that glove and how long have you been using it for?
I actually got it when I was on the Pride from one of the Rawlings booths, so it might actually be a stock glove, but it's like perfect, so typically nothing comes out of it if it goes in it. But, hold on. Yeah, so, hey, it lasts if you take care of it.
Okay. Same with your body. You're taking care of that and it's lasting really well.
I don't need fancy stuff to catch the ball.
Thank you, Megan, for your time.
Thank you.
It is a 1-1 tie. We're playing the 4th inning. We've got 20 points on the line. No score in the 3rd inning, so the 10 points there rolls over here into the 4th. So it's a plus 20 for whoever wins. Be sure to join us Friday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time on ESPNU as we bring you first couple of games of Week 4 action of Athletes Unlimited Softball. We will have, wow, starting on Friday, 6 more games for everyone. 2 more weekends, 6 games every weekend. And then we will finish off our 4th season of Athletes Unlimited Softball. And who will the champion be? Well, right now, atop the leaderboard, it's Odyssey Alexander. Just a phenomenal week, both in the circle, in the batter's box, and in the brain with the decisions that she made. Can't see any circumstance where she is not the very first captain wearing the gold next week. She has got close to a 200-point lead off of Bubba Nichols. Bubba Nichols, of course, will not play. They were teammates. Danielle Gibson also on Team Alexander. She's in the 3 spot on our leaderboard. But right now, what this game is all about is who will be the 4th captain. You got Megan Faremo on the outside looking in. She's 5th. You got Mia Davidson on the outside looking in. She's 6th.
Well, and you know the importance of winning those games and winning innings. And this tie ball game right here, 1 inning apiece. There's been inning points given to Team Davidson and Team Faremo, and now you have those rollover innings. This is a 20-point inning on the line, and if you're fighting to get on that leaderboard, you know that winning games is going to give you that best chance, winning innings. But it is interesting because I say this simply because the gold team has struggled. Not just to say, oh, Faremo or Garcia, but like they're 1-7 since week 1. That is a thing. That's a stat. That's, everyone can see that. So it's interesting because when I think of gold, you think of that's the first captain. That's the #1 spot on the leaderboard. And I feel like you and I were just so used to 2020 Kat Osterman wearing the gold every week, winning almost every game, and just a little bit different here. And Season 4 of the champ season, gold has been struggling just a little bit.
2-2 to Nadia Taylor, and she spins around like a top off-speed pitch, a thing of beauty for Faremo. That's the first out here in our 4th inning. Well, our star in the stands, Bubba Nichols. She was dynamic the entire week, and she's dynamic right now with a microphone in her hands. Hey, Bubba, how's your new friends?
Oh, we're doing great over here, Eric. I have Morgan. She's joined us. She is my Mizuno mentor that we decided to join. But yeah, we're having fun over here.
Did you explain to everyone with you how you got the nickname Bubba?
Yes, and I actually gave them homework. So I'm going to ask Ivy. Ivy, what is my real name?
Maddie.
Yes, correct. Ivy, that was very good. Emma, what age did I get the nickname Bubba?
12.
Yes. All right, last one. Rhea, when did, or who gave me my nickname?
Her dad.
Yeah!
Hey, 3 for 3. That's a good day.
Yeah, it's 3 for 3 over here. Morgan did join late, but Morgan's here for a good time.
Is there Bubblicious given as the prize, or?
Oh, I wish. If someone could give me some Bubblicious, that would be awesome.
Anissa Urtez looking like Bubba Nichols. A home run to left field.
Yes!
Urtez, her 2nd homer of the year, 2nd of the week. And Team Davidson back on top by 1.
Oh, about Anissa?
Hey, Amanda Chittister is in the house.
Oh my gosh, Nisa, that was awesome. Oh, I love that so much for Nisa. She's amazing.
Why I think this was so good was the pitch before she swang at a pitch like almost a foot over her head, and then she times up a pitch. The next one right in her wheelhouse, takes it at 78 miles an hour. Exit velo, 255 feet, almost similar to Bubba Nichols last game.
Let's go, Nice. I love that so much.
Infield base hit for Sam Fisher.
Go, Sam!
Sam Fisher just hit it softly, but in the perfect spot.
Hey, I have to ask, Bubba, who are kind of the people you rally with, hang out with? Is there anyone in particular? Is there kind of a bunch of girls?
Honestly, I hang out with everyone. We just all get along. But honestly, Sam Fisher, she's a huge one that's been with me in the USA program for a long time, and she's watched me grow up. So Sam Fisher's definitely one that I'll always be buddy-buddy with.
All right, hardest question of the day. You mentioned the USA program. You, of course, were with Team USA over in Tokyo for the Olympics in 2020, really 21. Softball back in the Olympics 2028. Is there a chance we still see you playing?
Ooh, we'll see. That would be epic. I didn't even know that I was going to be in 2020. But I'm really just going with every season. I love that I'm still playing right now, and I'm going to keep playing as long as I can, so we'll see.
Bubba, thank you so much for your time. You've been an absolute joy to watch and a joy to get to know over the last couple of seasons.
Thanks, Eric. You're awesome.
Hey,
That's sweet.
You're making his day up here, Bubba, just so you
Bubba
know.
Nichols.
His eyes are lighting
One of my
up.
favorites. Hey, did you see who was the most excited person in the ballpark when Anissa Urtez got that home run?
Amanda Chittister.
Yes.
I know, that was great.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is back here for the weekend. There she is. Literally one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
Not sure anyone has ever hit the ball. Well, Crystal Bustos. Bustos and Amanda Chittister, in my opinion, the two hardest balls. Well, Stacy Newman, I think. But
Hey.
short list. Amanda
Who else?
Chittister.
Do you remember what happened her last professional bat ever?
We were here. She hit a homer.
She did. Sam Fisher still talks about that. Says it brings tears to her eyes.
We had to wait out a rainstorm.
And then she came in.
Totally worth the wait.
Game was over. No matter what, I think they were getting beat by a good amount, but she steps up and she went yard, and it was kind of one of those like mic drop. All right, I'm out. Peace out.
I've done enough. Amanda Chittister is still the all-time leader in home runs with Athletes Unlimited. Hadn't played a game this season. Of course, she's retired. Amanda Chittister with 17 Athletes Unlimited homers. Member of Team USA, All-American at Michigan. So many years playing pro ball. Actually here in this building for the Chicago Bandits. Just got better and better and better and better.
Now coaching at her alma mater, University of Michigan, assistant coach.
Into center field, sinking, caught by McClenny. Side is retired, but damage done. Anissa Urtez with the home run to give Team Davidson a 2-1 lead.
Dang, Anissa Urtez, this was picture perfect. Unbelievable, so fun to see. Hits her second home run of the season.
The athlete cause I chose to play for is about mental health. I think It's really important within the athletic community to have a space to be able to talk about our feelings and what we're going through.
The cause I'm playing for is bringing awareness to the LGBTQ plus community. I know what coming out was like for me, and so I want to make sure that everyone feels, included and safe and just feel like they have a place they can go where they're not judged.
The athlete cause I'm playing for this season is important to me because I want to help advocate for animals because they don't have a voice.
I'm playing for an organization that raises awareness for head and neck cancers. That is really close to my heart as my dad was diagnosed with that. It honestly pushes me to be better, and it makes me want to just, give as much as I can to my foundation.
Yeah, special stuff. Today is Impact Week game, highlighting athletes' causes, opportunity for athletes to play the season, part to benefit a nonprofit organization of their choosing. We mentioned it in our game one, just an amazing number of dollars. $1.4 million has been donated to nonprofits because of the Athlete Causes program. Athlete United players of all, Athlete Unlimited players, every single ilk. We're talking lacrosse, volleyball, basketball, softball.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty special when you think about how many lives these young ladies have been able to impact just while getting to play the sport they love, right? I think that, to me, makes it so much more special than just a game. It's bigger than the game. It's bigger than these young ladies, so they get to share that and not only play, but also raise money for something that means a lot to them.
And truly playing for something besides yourself. Delaney Wiz, Abby Ramirez, Caroline Jacobson against Mariah Masson. This inning is worth 20 points. Team Davidson scored a run, top of this fourth inning. So unless Team Faremo can do something, it's going to be a plus 20 for anyone on Team Davidson for winning the inning. Wiz bounced into a double play her first time up. It was in that second inning where Team Faremo really had a chance to make something happen. They had 4 hits, but only able to score 1 run. Into center field. 1 down. Join the United Club as a UC Gold member, and you'll receive a softball gold box. The box includes an exclusive jersey, a Cat Osterman bobblehead, and more. Limited quantities are available, so go for the gold today at auprosports.com/membership. Abby Ramirez has had a nice weekend. Swings at the first pitch softly down the first base line. Filler steps on the bag.
Hey, I don't think I got a chance to ask you how that cake was earlier. Out of 10, what would you give it?
The lemon cake?
Yeah.
That was the one I said. Can I say it 11?
Yeah, you can.
I'm a big lemon cake guy, and it was
Wow.
elite lemon cake.
Good to know.
If you're eating cake at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's got to be good, right? That's my philosophy.
I would say it was probably more around 11:30, but
Yeah. Caroline Jacobson, RBI double back in the second inning. Hits this one to center field, and Wiggins going to give an inning win for Team Davidson. Masson throws a 1-2-3 inning. She's come out of the pen and retired 7 in a row. Only needs 9 pitches to put a 0 on the board. Well, call the calligrapher. We need to add another name to the Book of Unlimited. And actually, it's a familiar name. Taylor Moreno has just sealed the deal. Second consecutive season with AU lacrosse that she is the undisputed champion. First time we have had back-to-back winner in AU history across any sport. She won it last year, won it this year. Airtight in that goal, 63% save percentage. Fantastic stuff. Set a new AU single-season record for saves. Taylor Moreno, tailor-made. Congratulations, fantastic stuff. There's only been 3 seasons of Athletes Unlimited Cross. She's won 2 of the 3. That's what we call a meatloaf special. It ain't bad. Taylor Moreno, not only doing her thing, but doing it here in Rosemont too, immortalized. Right next to Deja Mulipola. Good stuff, congratulations. Another season in the books. Remember, it all started here, in this building, on this field, in a bubble in 2020. Athletes Unlimited Softball, the very first sport unveiled with this groundbreaking format. One individual champion, no set teams, no set coaches. Part fantasy, part reality, part competition. What else do you want? Jasmine Jackson leads things off. We've made it to the 5th inning of the first 4 innings. 3 of the 4 have been won by Team Davidson. Megan Faramo's team there limping to the finish line. They have not won so far this week. And now down 2-1.
I think Megan Framo has been doing a really good job. I mean, hitting good spots. You see her going up in the zone a little bit more with that rise ball.
Wiz bobbled. Still able to get Jackson out at first. Real soft hands for Delaney Wiz.
Really nice play by Delaney Wiz. Obviously, you know there's pressure with Aaliyah Andrews, and Wiz has to get it out of her glove, and she does. Man, this was bang, bang. Charles Blackwell at first has been getting a couple of those bang, bang plays, and he has been right on both of them.
Aubrey Leach lays a bunt down, and it squirts foul. Team Faramo, this is the 3rd game they've played. They've been in every single game. They lost 4-3 in 9 innings on Wednesday to Team Alexander. They lost against Team Romero yesterday 5-3, and they're now down by 1 here in the 5th inning. So they've only been outscored 11-7, but they haven't won. Still time. Confident swing right back to the screen. We'll do it again. Ball and 2 strikes.
I was talking to Aubrey Leach today. Saw her and Sam Fisher. Starts up law school next week, University of Tennessee.
Shallow center. 2 down. Our next WNBA matchup will be on Saturday. You can find it on ABC. Asia Wilson and the Aces. They've got the league's best record. They're going to take on Neka Ogumake. And the Sparks. Coverage tips with WNBA Countdown, 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific. Congratulations to Becky Hammond, head coach of the Aces. Basketball Hall of Fame. Megan Wiggins bats for the 3rd time. Homered in the 1st inning. Flew out to center in the 3rd. We've only had 1 ground ball out since the 1st inning. In total, 2 ground ball outs induced by Megan Faremo. Everything else has been a fly ball out or a strikeout. She's got 2 strikeouts. We've got 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Wiggin spent 9 years playing professionally before Athletes Unlimited softball even existed.
Was the home run champ in the MPF 3 times. It's hard to do.
With the rate that she runs as a left-handed hitter, you'd imagine growing up that there's a lot of people who wanted to make her into a slapper. And she can slap. Lay it down. But one of those modern-day two-way players.
Yep.
Power and speed. Caught by Wiz. Gee whiz. Delaney Wiz makes a nice play. And it's a 1-2-3 inning thrown by Megan Faremo.
Delaney Wiz has a little bit of hops. Going up to get it. Sis Bates loves it. Love to see it. Delaney Wiz.
An inning win on the line for Team Faremo. If they score a run this inning, not only do they tie the game, but they'd win the 5th inning. Sis Bates leads things off. She's wearing a microphone. Let's go into the game with Air National Guard.
Stop. You think we got her? It got stuck in my glove. I thought so too. First play of the game? That's crazy. First play of the game? She's out. Let's go, baby. Come on. Come on. Abby, come on, Abby. Come on, Abby. Come on, Abby. Get down. Get down. Get down, Abby. Yes! If you would have got her, bro, that would have been the sexiest tag ever. She was just a quick little munchkin.
Maybe the best teammate ever.
I
Does
know.
anyone get more excited for someone else than
I
Sis
know.
Bates?
That's a solid teammate right there. She really is. She's one of a kind. I have not seen a whole lot of people play defense like her. And just the way that...
Down the left field line. Oh, great play by Jasmine Jackson, fighting a ton of wind. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
She can do so many things, and I saw her today, and I was just like, yo, you manifested that play up the middle the other day, huh? And she goes, I totally did, Danielle. I manifested it. I made it happen, and it happened. It was just so cute the way that she, talked about it. She's a pure example of, like Bubba talks about, keeping the game fun, and I think there's something really unique in that mindset. because at times this game can eat you up, whether it's the struggles of it or being here for 5 weeks and maybe missing home. And there's just so many different things that can go on. And when you're around teammates like that, I don't know how you cannot be lifted up and have a good attitude.
Here's Victoria Hayward. Vic's down at count 0-2. Someone's trying to solve the riddle here of Mariah Masson. She has thrown to 8 batters and retired them all.
And only needed 9 pitches last inning, like you guys said. That's at times unheard of in a league where you're seeing the same pitchers week in and week out, which just goes to show how good her stuff is right now. She's spinning it really well. She's hitting good corners. And she's someone that I would say throws that heavy, heavy ball. So off the barrel sometimes it just feels different.
Remember, the magic number continues to be 4. This weekend, anytime a team has made it to 4 runs, they've won the game. In total, we played 17 games this season with Athletes Unlimited Softball. And in those 17 games, 16 times out of the 17, one team has scored 4 runs and won the game. So different than years past when frequently we'd have games decided 13-10 and 9-7.
You know what I'm going to say. Pitchers duel all day.
Me too.
All day.
No doubt about it. I think 4 is the perfect number. You got offense, you still got the defense, still got the pitching.
Getting a random home run here and there.
Home run in a phone booth, straight up and down. Oh, and Davidson has enough room. 2 down. I've noticed Davidson does always do that. Most catchers catch the ball with 2 hands. She's always the one-handed wonder.
And she's a catcher to me that, like, takes the mask off. I've seen a lot of catchers that keep the mask on. I mean, swagger on point. We don't even got to use 2 hands here. We're holding the mask in 1 hand. We got an absolute skyrocket.
Well, there's some danger to keeping the mask in your hand. If you actually use the mask to try and help you make the catch, that disqualifies the catch. Can't use props.
No props in the catch.
Kelsey Stewart Hunter, best to ever come out of Wichita, Kansas. Florida All-American, longtime member of Team USA. Was on the Olympic team in 2021. Final day of week 3. Trying to settle who will be our 4 captains. We know one of them is going to be Odyssey Alexander. One of them is going to be Bubba Nichols. Both with huge weeks. As a matter of fact, Odyssey Alexander is on pace to have the 2nd highest scoring total in the history of AU, threatening the mark set by Kat Osterman in our inaugural season back in 2020. 3-2. Right back to Masson. She continues to be perfect. She's faced 10 batters and retired them all. Our game one today was an absolute thing of beauty for Odyssey Alexander and Team Alexander. Home run here by Bubba Nichols. Massive performance for her, capping off her week. Danielle Gibson, 2 hits, including that homer. It ends in the glove of Josie Muffley, the rookie, giving it up. Man, she has been special defensively. It's a 3-0 week for Odyssey Alexander. She is #1 on your leaderboard with a bullet. Just a sensational week for her and her team. You see Alexander, Nichols, and Gibson 1, 2, and 3 on that leaderboard. And look who's tied for 4th. Are you kidding me?
And they're going at it right here.
Scripted almost. The 2 captains, Team Davidson, Team Faremo, we're going to have a battle right here with 4th place on the leaderboard on the line. Mia Davidson batting against Megan Faremo. Just perfect.
Neck and neck. This is what it's about. This is awesome.
6th inning. Nobody won the 5th inning, so this will be worth 20 points this inning. Called strike 1. Faremo, the only damage done, the home run ball. Megan Wiggins got her in the 1st inning. Anissa Urtez got her in the 4th inning. Called strike 0-2. If Faremo can retire Davidson, she will leapfrog over Davidson into 4th place all by herself. Pitchers get 4 points for every out. How is this possible that we have played 17.5 games and have 2 captains with the exact same amount of points? Got her. So Faremo gets the 1st out and moves into 4th place all by herself, at least for now. We're going to keep the leaderboard up on your screen to see it change. You're going to see Faremo jump over Davidson from 5 into the 4 spot. Hey, there it is. Now Faremo can't go backwards. You give up an earned run and you go backwards 10.
Oh, and she's minus 20 because of those solo shots that she's given up.
Here's Nadia Taylor. Popped out to the catcher and struck out. Faremo's only struck out 2 today. On the ground. Wiz has it go off for glove, so same thing happens to Sis Bates. That'll be an infield single for Nadia Taylor. Plus 10 for Nadia. Runner on at 1st with 1 out. Be sure to join us Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time on ESPNU as we bring you Week 4 action of Athletes Unlimited Softball. We play 5 weeks. When it's all said and done, we will have 1 champion. That's it. Nadia Taylor's going to be lifted for a pinch runner. Nicole Mendez will come out of the dugout and run for Nadia.
Next weekend, Chucky Kemp and Amanda Scarborough are going to be on that call. They'll be here in Rosemont. I know everyone's really going to miss Eric and I, but don't, hey, we'll be back week 5. We're coming back, you and me.
That base hit by Nadia Taylor snaps a string of 6 in a row retired by Faremo. And Anissa Urtez, sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Urtez on that leaderboard moving up. She was a plus 40 last time with that home run. She is currently 8th on the leaderboard with a puncher's chance of getting into the top 4. She's currently 8th with 938 points, but I'm telling you, extra base hit here, maybe some MVP points when it's all said and done.
Yep.
She could be a captain week 4. Gonna have to battle down in the count 0-2. Popped up on the infield. 2 down. Unlike Mia Davidson, when there's a pop-up, Sis Bates uses 2 hands.
She does. Sometimes the catchers, they got a lot going on. So if they make the catch, it's like, yes. But the one thing that I always say about Sis Bates being one of the best defenders that I've ever seen, she does the basics so well, like the little things. Catching the ball with 2 hands. Nowadays, I feel like you are seeing a lot of kids in the college game.
Line drive, base hit. Possible extra bases for Fisher. Look at Mendez go! Mendez rounds third and scores standing. Fisher a triple. Sam Fisher legs out a triple and makes it a 3-1 lead for Team Davidson.
This is an off-speed pitch. Just tags it opposite field. This is a game of inches, and it just finds a way to stay fair, get down the line as far to the right side as it can go. Gives Fisher that opportunity to get to 3. The speed of Mendez gets her home. Puts Team Davidson in an opportunity to get those rollover inning points. Fisher sees she's got her eyes on the ball the whole way, still sneaks a peek, knows she can get to 3.
Well, what that does is it's an earned run against Faremo, so she's going to drop 10 points. And is she going to stay in the game? Here's your leaderboard. It has been adjusted for the -10, and Mia Davidson is back in the 4 hole. Oh, it's a captain's challenge. Are they challenging whether or not it was a fair ball? Well, why not, I guess, but looked clearly fair to me. Yeah, it's a big swing. You can't take those challenges home with you. Megan Faremo wants to make sure that there's no doubt that that was a fair ball and not just a foul ball and a strike. All right, is this ball fair? Call on the field is yes.
It's pretty fair. But hey, if you have the captain's challenges, I get it. Why not use it in a situation like this?
All right, here's the verdict. Yep, fair ball. Sam Fisher ecstatic. Plus 30 for her. And Team Davidson leads by 2 with 2 innings left to play. So Faremo has now given up 3 earned runs. She's made it through 5 2/3, so that means she's gotten 12, 15, 17 outs. 17 times 4 is plus 68, but she went backwards 30, so she's plus 38 stat points on her day. And unlike Odyssey Alexander and Alicia Ocasio, she does not hit. So she's only going to get stat points in the circle.
Hey.
Rachel Garcia.
I've seen her hit. I saw her hit a home run in the Super Regional against Duke 2 years ago. She does hit, she just chooses not to.
Oh my goodness.
She broke the school road at UCLA.
Well, we may need to talk to her. She's been missing out on
I'm surprised that she hasn't put herself in that position to do that. But she does. She had like big old daddy hacks.
Oh my goodness, like that hack. That ball was crushed by Bianca Stelli. One of the loudest foul balls we've had all season long.
.267 feet. She wanted it. Hey, what about those custom Mizunos there? The orange matching the Team Uni.
I think she's got maybe the prettiest right-handed swing.
She does.
In Athletes Unlimited.
Yeah, I like that big leg kick.
It's just
her timing.
so smooth.
Yeah.
Bianca Stelli so far today, 1 for 2, singled back in the 2nd inning. This is her 3rd look at Faremo. Single by Taylor, triple by Fisher. Manny Chidstrom had a pretty right-handed swing too. all-time home run lead. Wouldn't it be something if Bianca Stelli hit a home run and it landed in the lap of Amanda Chittister to tie her? Basically say, here, I'm with you. Oh my goodness, you know what I'm rooting for right now? Amanda Chittister is right down that left field line. One of only about 20 humans who can catch this ball if Bianca Stelli hits a homer.
And the manifestation's real, remember?
Bianca Stelli believes it, yes.
I know, that's why I said it. You and I were calling the game. Manifestation is real, bro, and it was the coolest thing.
That was the quote of the year, yep.
And she totally manifested the home run, and we asked her about it. And you're doing the same thing.
Amanda Chittister is in beige. Down the left field line, get it there. No, wrong direction. Side is retired, but another run crosses for Team Davidson, courtesy of Sam Fisher and her RBI triple. Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN is sponsored by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. It has been a week like no other here with Athletes Unlimited Softball. 2 games played in Greenville, North Carolina on Wednesday, and then normal games Saturday and Sunday here in Rosemont, Illinois. As per usual, this season it's been the theme of pitching, pitching, pitching. Another low-scoring game. We've made it to the bottom of the 6th inning. Team Davidson trying to win both the 5th and the 6th inning by pitching a shutout here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Up the stakes this summer by participating in the Fantasy Pick'em League. Next week, predict the top 4 and win a Topps card pack. Make your picks now at auprosports.com/fantasy. No one has reached base against Mariah Masson. She has faced 10 batters and retired them all. Just 1 week ago on this field, Megan Faremo threw a no-hitter. Masson has actually been equally as impressive. She hasn't allowed a base runner since coming on with 2 outs in the 2nd inning. She's used her defense. Doesn't have a strikeout. Good golly. Here's your live leaderboard. Faremo just leapfrogged Davidson again. After you got that 3rd out to +4. So she's currently 2 points ahead of Davidson for that coveted 4th captain spot. Urtez 8th. Now, this inning is worth 20 points. So if Team Faremo does not score, Urtez and Davidson will both get an extra 20 points. And Urtez is thinking about MVP points as well with the way that she swung the bat. She had that home run back in the 4th inning. She may not get another at bat, so she needs to make a nice defensive play to stay fresh in the minds of the voters.
I'm with you.
They should grandfather Amanda Chittister with a vote. Played 3 years. You should be able to vote on MVPs. There's Amanda Chittister spending the weekend here in Chicago. Haley McClenny draws a leadoff walk. That's the first base runner allowed for Masson. +8 for McClenny. First time today she's reached safely.
A really good at-bat by McClenny. And if there was any time, the time is now. Try to get back in. Obviously, those rollover inning points, there's 20 innings on the line. 6 more outs to try to get back in this ball game and get a win.
It's going to be a tough road to hoe for Masson. She has got Mulipola and Vidalis next in line. Taylor McQuillan, just in case Masson needs help. On the ground, possible double play ball. Not in time. Mulipola runs well and just able to beat the return throw to first. One down here in the 6th inning.
You just see the quick transition, Sam Fisher, but I will say Mulipola has some good speed up the line. Getting those lead outs.
Tori Vidalis singled back in the 2nd inning. That was against Peyton St. George. Her 3rd inning at bat against Mariah Masson resulted in a pop-up to 2nd.
Dang, I like that spot.
Two and one. Team Davidson scoring a run, top of the 6th inning on the RBI triple by Sam Fisher. Now trying to hang on. 2-2.
I think what's impressed me the most with Masson is just the location piece. Like, she's not missing over the heart of the plate. She's hitting great location, and when you're able to throw 67 to 69 miles an hour and hit good tight corners, advantage goes to the pitcher.
On the ground to 2nd for 1. On to first, double play. An inning win, +20 for everyone on Team Davidson. They have been airtight defensively.
Just like that, a little 4-6-3. Aubrey Leach, Anissa Urtez, Andrea Filler. Let's go. We've got a couple solo shots here for Team Davidson. Megan Wiggins kicked it off in the first inning with this solo shot, and then it was Anissa Urtez. Turns on one to left center. A lot of fun to watch, Mamma Mia.
Megan Faramo is taking herself out of the game as we start this 7th inning. So she goes the first 6. She got 18 outs, but she gave up 3 earned runs. So 18 outs, that is 18 times 3, 36, 72 minus the 3 earnings is 42 on her day, plus 42. She's given the ball to Georgina Korick. Korick has been super impressive. She'll face Filler, Jackson, and Leach, unless we have a pinch hitter. This is the 7th inning. Team Davidson, they lead by 2. This leaderboard is tighter than a tick right now. We got some big-time possibilities. Anissa, we got it. If this score holds and Team Davidson wins, it's going to be all about the MVP points. I'm assuming if this score holds, Mariah Masson with the pitching performance, MVP 1.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
And then you got to decide who's getting an MVP and MVP 2 and MVP 3. You got Megan Wiggins with a homer, she's 1 for 3. You got Anissa Urtez, a homer, she's 1 for 3. And then you've got Sam Fisher, who had the RBI triple, she's 2 for 3. So 2 of those 3 players are going to get MVP 2 and 3. If Urtez, that's right back to Korick, 1 down. If everything goes the way we think, nothing changes, Urtez is going to be 38 points behind Davidson for the 4th spot. And that means if Urtez gets the 2nd MVP, which is plus 40, she would leapfrog Davidson by 2 points and be the 4th and final captain. Jackson. Ball gets away from Vidalis. Jackson on her way to 2nd, and she'll make it standing. See how that one's ruled. Wiz made a nice play, just couldn't get the throw over.
And a lot of pressure from Jasmine Jackson in that 9 spot, just not able to get that throw up. And Vidalis with Jackson running at her. If she goes to get it, there's a chance there could be a slight collision.
It'll be a single and an error. No, I take that back. It's going to be an error. Official score saying that's an error on the 3rd baseman Wiz for the bad throw. Leach, oh, what a play by Vidalis. Backhanded beautifully. 2 down. Jackson goes over to 3rd.
Tori Vidalis with the money grab on this. Has some good speed on it from Aubrey Leach using that turf, and she just picks it perfectly, gets over to 1st. Checks for Jasmine Jackson right away.
This is an important at bat for Megan Wiggins as we start thinking about MVP. Wiggins got the game started with a solo homer in the 1st inning. That's why Team Davidson won the 1st inning. She's since made outs in the 3rd and the 5th. If she gets a hit here, she can make the case for either MVP 1 or MVP 2.
Potentially, but Masson, I still.
If she hits a home run here.
Oh, she hits a home run.
2 homers.
Two ding-dongs. I mean, yeah, it's tough to deny the top spot with MVP, but Masson's been so impressive. I mean, the only pitcher right now to be 3-0. She's done a great job in the reliever role. She's been able to come in as a mid-reliever. She's been lights out.
She's faced the minimum. She's allowed just 1 base runner. That was McClenny, who walked an inning ago, but erased on the double play. If Wiggins can get aboard, Davidson would have 1 more at bat. And Davidson will hit again.
Ooh.
So Wiggins adds to her case. She's now been aboard twice. That's a +8 on the walk. And now Davidson will come on, and Megan Faremo was out of the dugout immediately. Is she going to say, let's walk Davidson? Huh. Wonder what this is all about. You got runners on at first and at third. The way that Megan Wiggins plays, I can see her running to second immediately. Just forcing a throw down there. She'd get a stolen base if they don't throw down. Smart decision. So Megan Faremo is talking situational softball.
I think that I pitched to Mia Davidson in this situation. I look at the day. I mean, we have a walk, we have an F6, and we have a strikeout. I go and I challenge her.
First pitch, strike one. Wiggins was not in motion.
And it's interesting that Faremo comes out, because if I could be a fly on the wall, or we could mic someone up and take a little listen, I'd love to hear like what that is. Hey, let's just pitch maybe a little bit more carefully to her. But then you got to look at Georgina Korick. I mean, she's a pro, right? Like, she knows what she's doing out there. She's one of the best. But you better believe it. I'm going to figure it out post game.
0-2 to Davidson. Now for Korick, if the runner from third scores Jackson, it would be an unearned run. Jackson reached on what was deemed an error by the third baseman Wiz. This inning should be over. Oh, that got Davidson on the bat or the hand? I guess the bat.
The pop back of that would have not done it that hard if it hit her in the hand. Definitely looked like it got the knob when she turned. Still doesn't feel great.
Davidson strikes out. Good job by Korick. Worked around that error made by her third baseman, and she retires the side unscathed. All right, it's going to come down to this. We've got one more half inning remaining here for week 3.
Georgina Korick pulling the string. Captain absolutely loves it. Fire me up, Georgina Korick.
Final half inning here of week 3. Bottom of the 7th inning, Team Davidson clinging on to a 2-run lead over Team Faremo. As it stands right now, Mia Davidson is in the 4th spot for our 4th and final captain spot. Things could change when we have MVPs handed out. Anissa Urtez is lurking in the 7th spot, but she's still within shouting range. We have got 10 points on the line. An inning win is available for Team Davidson. And potentially a win if they hang on to this 3-1 lead. Delaney Wiz will be followed by Abby Ramirez, and then Caroline Jacobson against Mariah Masson, who has been the truth. Masson came out of the pen with 2 outs in the 2nd inning in relief of Peyton St. George, and she's faced the minimum. Nothing but zeros across the board. 3 balls and no strikes. They do have Taylor McQuillan available should Team Davidson need help. Three and one. Three and two. Let's check in quickly with Savannah.
Danielle, you were wondering what the conversation was in the circle between Captain Megan Faremo and pitcher Georgina Cork before facing Mia Davidson, and I have an answer for you. When asked Megan, what did they talk about? She said she wanted to ask Georgina, do you want to go at her or do you want to walk her? And Georgina said, let's go at her. And you were right in your prediction, Danielle, that you would have gone at her too, and it paid off with a strikeout. So there's your answer. You wonder what that little chit chat was? There you go.
I love it. Thank you. I probably would have went with the change piece too.
Savannah, you need to have a steak dinner over the next couple of nights. You have earned your per diem. You've been fantastic all weekend long.
You've been great.
Great stuff. So the out recorded by Anissa Urtez. 1 down. This is Abby Ramirez. Abby 1 for 2. She scored the only run of the game for Team Faremo back in that second inning. Team Faremo won the second inning. That's the only inning they've won. On the week, Team Faremo with just 40 win points. They haven't won any games, and they've only won 4 of the 20 innings that they've played. Into center, sinking, and it gets down. Abby Ramirez has had a really nice weekend. Second base hit for Ramirez. She can run. Is this a running situation for Abby?
I think you be smart in the situation. I don't know if I run right out of the gate because one swing of the bat can tie this ball game up, and I don't want to run myself out of an inning. So kind of settle with Jacobson.
Team Davidson has already turned 2 double plays. That combination up the middle of the diamond, Leach, Urtez, they turned a double play in the second and in the 6th.
And that really has been the difference maker. Like, that changes the game when you're able to play great defense like that and step up.
Leach makes the play. Aubrey Leach has been dynamite defensively.
Defense wins championships. And they've really been able to keep Team Faremo at bay with simply making these exceptional plays and laying out and getting those double plays. 2 double plays on the day really helps them.
For those who want to think outside the box, Leach maybe MVP 3. Doesn't have a hit, but she has been elite defensively, starting 2 double plays, and that wonderful play. Here's Sis Bates, last hope for Team Faremo in what has been a lost weekend. Bates isn't going to give an inch. She is going to make Mazzone work. This is updated 1, 2, 3. 3 captains are going to be off of this week's Team Alexander. Odyssey, Bubba Nichols, and Danielle Gibson. But we're still trying to figure out captain number 4. Mia Davidson is hanging on like a cat on a screen door to that 4th spot. I just don't know. It's all going to come down to MVP points, more than likely. Mia's not going to get any. 0 for 3 with a walk. Anissa Urtez, that's the wild card. Will her homer be enough to be an MVP? 3-1 to Bates. continues. Base hit, Sis Bates. Second hit allowed by Masson. Both of them have been here in this 7th inning. Oh, and look who's coming up next. Victoria Hayward with the game on the line. No one has seen more Athletes Unlimited softball than Victoria Hayward. And she's got a chance here. In the air, center field. Wiggins makes the play, and it's all over. Team Davidson, a 3-run winner on a Sunday evening here in Rosemont.
Man, I can't say enough about Masson right now. She's been just dialed from week 1, stepping into some big roles, confident throwing, hitting good spots, and really keeping that lead for Team Davidson. Really impressive.
Masson is now 4-0.
I know.
9 games into her season, she has 4 wins to no losses.
Leads all pitchers right now.
So Team Davidson's going to finish off their weekend with 2 wins, and just 1 loss. Pretty impressive. But will it be enough for Mia Davidson to remain in that 4th spot and be a captain for week 4? It's all going to come down to MVP points, and those are determined by the athletes themselves. All right, your updated leaderboard. Odyssey Alexander with a big-time lead over Bubba Nichols. Bubba's going to be our 2nd captain for the first time. Danielle Gibson will be a captain as well. You got Mia Davidson in the 4-hole. That doesn't include the win points, am I right? So Mia Davidson, give her 50, and she's going to jump over Danielle Gibson. And now, oh my, it just is too much math for me. You don't know.
No,
we got to wait for the MVPs.
I mean, you tend to kill it when you do math on air. It's like my favorite thing about you. You just do it, no calculator or nothing.
Oh, that's been a lot of fun. What a great weekend. What a perfect example of what Athletes Unlimited softball is all about. The formula works, folks. I'll tell you, the math, the algorithm is fantastic. And what else is fantastic? My partner, Danielle Laurie. Man, it was great being back in the saddle with you, Danielle.
I'm with you.
Oh, short list of one of my all-time favorites. So, Savannah Collins. Great work, Savannah. For Danielle, I'm Eric Collins saying so long, everybody. Good night. We'll see you week 4 from Rosemont.